So I'm here at my 8-unit development. I'm standing on the second floor, and we're about to do the framing. So that means I'm about 7 months away from getting it done. Yesterday we did the soundproofing and the walls, and so just want to explain how and why you even want to do this. I'm gonna sit down here. So development is probably the top tier activity you can do in real estate, right? So I'd say the first level is buying a single family house, fixing and flipping, right? You buy a single family house for like 200,000, put in 50K of a reno, and then now it's worth like 400, and that's cool. I'd say next step above that is buying multifamily, which I did about 4 years ago, and it was just horrible experiences because I bought something very old. So my first multifamily I bought was a 9-unit. I raised the money for it, and it was a 1950 building, and it was a nightmare. And so that's why I got into brand new and building brand new multifamily and raising the money for it. But the whole reason why you want to get into developing is it's probably the top tier activity in real estate. The reason why is because you can create something that's the cheapest for you to do instead of buying something existing, and then you can pull the money out from the bank draws from the construction mortgage, and they're always appraised higher than what you built it for, of course. Otherwise they won't give you the loan, right? It has to be worth than more what you're building it for, of course. And it's brand new. It's sexy when you walk in. 9-foot ceilings, quartz countertops, soft close cabinet. And your tenants are obviously they're qualified tenants, and so it just makes your life a lot easier. Everything is warranted, so for the first 5 years you don't have to worry about anything breaking. And on top of all that, you can scale and build more. The reason why is because you can refinance the loan. So let me give you some numbers off of this specific project. So this is 8 units townhouse, so it's a 4-plex with basement suites, and the basements have 2 bedrooms, and it's a legal basement, so it has its own address, its own hot water tank, its own furnace. And this is appraised at 2.5 million, okay, and it cost me around 1.9 to build. So I created about $500,000 in equity to do this project, and it takes about 12 months. So if you think about that, I just created $500,000 of equity in 12 months. So it's I mean, it's not bad, but again, that's not profit. It's just equity. So what I could do with that is, I could list it on the market and sell it for 2.4, give this buyer a little discount, or I could just keep it in cash flow. So this cash flows roughly around 2 to 3K a month after the mortgage, the taxes, insurance, all that stuff. So and what I use in Canada, there's this thing called the MLI Select program. Basically, it incentivizes builders to build, and so they give us 95% loan to cost. So off of my 1.9 cost, they give me back 95%, okay, in cash, basically. So, but of course I have costs, so I have to pay off those costs. But what I'm trying to say is I only need 5% down for the entire project at the end of the day. Now you do need some cash to get it going, right? You do need to buy this piece of land. You need to, you need to tear down the old house and satisfy the first draw. Okay, so the first draw pays out the land, so I get back my land cost. So when you buy the land, you spend a little bit more to do the foundation, tear down the house, and then they approve the first draw. You actually get back your land cost, okay? So just for example, let's say I bought this land for $500,000, I get back the $500,000, okay? So that's kind of how it works. and throughout the construction, of course there's interest, but you don't pay that out of pocket. The interest cost is rolled into the mortgage itself. Okay, so it's very interesting stuff. That's how it works. Hopefully this video helps and you could see why it's very beneficial to develop instead of buying an existing. Well, look, I mean, you know, if you just want a turnkey experience and you just want to buy an existing one, you can. You're just gonna make the guy quite a bit of money, and if that's okay for you, that's fine. But if you want to capture the equity, it's best if you know, put in the work and build it yourself, right? But it does come with a lot of knowledge. It's a knowledge curve, you know, so you have to learn about it. You gotta have a crew, you gotta know how to buy these materials, and you're gonna manage them, blah blah blah. But if you know what you're doing, it is worth it, and you can get really good returns. And if you have the right crew, it can be very passive. Like, all you have to do is show up and check them out once in a while, or you could install a camera on site and just check it from your phone. So there's a lot of ways. But if you are considering development, it is very doable. Okay, I'm doing it, I'm sure you can do it too. And there's a lot of advantages to it. So anyways, bottom line is, you do need quite a bit of money to begin with, but at the end you get back all of it. And if you decide to sell, then you obviously make money, or if you want to keep it, you could cash flow nicely. And it should appraise around 300,000-400,000 more than what your cost was. Okay, again, so if my cost was 1.9, this actually appraised at 2.550. Okay, so that's $650,000 more than my cost, which is great. So when I bought this, it was an old piece of crap house. Some homeless try to get in, but you know, so yeah, we just tear it down. You just get a demo permit and just demo the old house, and now we got this new beautiful piece of work. And my neighbors actually love it, because now this will actually boost the value of their house, right? Because this is brand new. So show you kind of what the basement looks like. And again, I'm about like 6 months away from getting this done, so super excited. But man, if this helped you guys out, definitely like and subscribe for more content like this. If you want me to break it down further, let me know, and see you guys.